Good morning, everybody. Do we have retained counsels on matters? I see a lot of people on the screen. Do we know? Attorney Stephanie Carson, who do you have?
Your Honor, I have Jovan Reed.
Jovan Reed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jovan Reed. We have that matter. We'll try to call that first, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good morning, everybody. DDC, could we bring Jovan Reed first, please? We have counsel ready on that. Gentlemen. Thank you. And then who is Carter Black? JT Kim Lane, user 1, TT.
Your Honor, I'm not sure about the names, but we're probably gonna have, I think, 2 Zooms. And my understanding is we don't get their information before. So if they do pop up on the screen, I'm gonna ask for their phone number, and then we're just gonna have to call them.
Okay. Do you know if are they on Anthony Woods? And, because they have retained counsel. Yep. Okay. Thank you. DDC, good morning. Thank you. Officer Love, could you call and let them know we're ready? And we need Jovan Reed first. Thank you. Thank you.
Right there.
Good morning, officer.
We got Washington, Turner Johnson, and Hernandez. What up? Yeah. I got Washington.
Thank you, officer. Oh, Madam Clerk. These both say Judge Archer on the bottom of them. Okay.
Nice. Thank you, job. I'm getting one started. Good morning. Just grabbing the people off the list. How are you?
I appreciate. I'm well. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm doing well. They said it was mentioned to me that you guys wanted to arraign Reed first.
Yes, please. We have counsel ready on the screen, so whenever you grab that gentleman, we'll be ready. Thank you.
Okay. No, of course they had.
morning. Ever wanting like coffee or tea or anything? I got a stack over there next to the fridge.
I heard you always have cider.
There's cider in there if you like that. Alcohol free. Good morning, Council. Mr. Tuttles, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing today, Your Honor?
Well, thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Your Honor, I have
Who you have?
two clients. I have a Anthony Woods and a James Hobbs that should come on to Zoom at 11 o'clock. That's via
Okay,
Mr.
we have both of the files ready, Council. So as soon as they're jump on, we'll handle your matters.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, sir. There are people that have signed in. Are anybody that signed in waiting Anthony Woods or James Gerard Hobbs Jr.?
No, I apologize, Your Honor. They're instructed to Zoom in at 11 o'clock.
Well, I didn't know if they were early like you, sir, so I was just checking if we could get you done a little bit quicker.
I wish they were.
Good morning. How are you? Great, thanks. Thank you.
Nails, and then that's how much it is.
Is that a final or no?
No,
Thanks.
it's like 6 more.
Okay. That's Who's Kurt Cook? Kurt Cook?
Yes,
Good morning, sir. Are you here for Alan Washington?
yes, I
Or
am.
for Kurt Allen Washington?
Yes, I
Are
am.
you the attorney on the matter?
No, I'm the father.
Okay. We'll handle Mr. Washington Cook. As soon as we take care of one retained matter, he should be towards the top of the list. So it should be handled in just a few moments as soon as they bring him to the camera. Good morning.
Step in behind that black line. Take your hood off. No, keep the mask on. Take your hood off.
Thank you. Good morning. Your name, please.
Von Reed.
Good morning, Mr. Reed. Counsel, your appearance.
May it please the court, Stephanie Carson, P57096, on behalf of Mr. Reed.
Good morning, Counselor. This is case 200605889, People State of Michigan versus Javon Gino Reed. As to the arraignment.
As to the arraignment, we waive the formal reading and stand mute.
Thank you, Counselor. The court will waive formal reading and enter plea of not guilty. Schedule 2 court dates, Mr. Reed. You must attend them both. Probable cause conference scheduled Wednesday, October the 7th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Mr. Reed, you have a right to a preliminary examination the following Wednesday, October 14th. That's at 1:30 p.m. Also, 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Both hearings will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Not guilty, please entered. Esteban, Sister Counsel.
Yes, Esteban, I understand the serious nature of the crime, but I would like to let this court know that my client is gainfully employed. He's been to work every day. He's been interviewed by homicide before this. So we're not surprised by this arrest. He's maintained in the area. He has a newborn child and the mother has medical conditions. He is a resident of Detroit, and he has no case history. So I would ask the court for a bond with tether.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Reed, your counsel has advocated well on your behalf as always. The court takes in consideration the information provided. You have ties to the community, no capious history the court's aware of. This is, Mr. Reed, a very serious assaultive allegation. The court has concerns, specifically count 1, which is a life possibility offense. You have a prior criminal history, which the court takes in consideration and is concerning regarding your prior criminal convictions, including a conviction, assaultive conviction on or about February 21st of 06, assault with intent to do great bodily harm less than murder. Court takes consideration the employment status as it relates to ability to post bond, as well as the current epidemic facing the nation. Given the concerns the court has regarding the serious nature of this allegation and the information alleged in the investigator's report concerning the court regarding the safety of the public, at this time, Mr. Reed, you will be remanded into custody for further proceedings. Anything further, counsel?
Thank you.
All right,
Your
good
Honor,
luck.
Your Honor,
Yeah, yes.
I apologize for interrupting. This is Attorney Jones. Do you have a Martez Terrell on your docket?
Yes. Stand by. It should be happening in a couple moments.
Judge, I'm ready.
Okay, thank you. It should be, thank you. Anything further, counsel?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Good
You
luck.
yourself.
I hope it works out. You as well, thank you.
Mr. Reed,
Do you have a Martez? Sorry.
Stop. Yes, we do.
Thank you, officer.
Martez Terrell.
Your Honor, this is Tuttles again.
Yep.
Clients, I see you on where it say James iPhone. I believe that is James Hobbs.
Mr. Hobbs, can you hear the court?
Yes.
Okay. Good morning. State your name, please. Full name.
Good morning. My name is James Jared Hobbs Jr.
Okay, officer, I appreciate just one moment and we'll handle him next. Thank you for being so quick. Good morning,
sir.
Mr. Hobbs Jr. Counsel, your appearance, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please this honorable court, Antonio D. Tuttles on behalf of my client, Mr. Hobbs, who is not physically present in court, whose physical presence I ask this court to waive, however, who is present via Zoom to your left on the monitor.
Thank you. And the court, what? Sorry, go ahead.
No. And for the purposes of the arraignment, Your Honor, we do waive the formal reading of the complaint and stand mute.
Thank you. Mr. Hobbs, please reappear on camera, sir. All we see is the top of a house. We need to see your face. And if you could be stationary for this arraignment, Mr. Hobbs, if you could just have a seat or stand still.
Yeah, stand still, Mr. Hobbs. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. This is case 200594443, People State of Michigan versus James Jared Hobbs. Court will waive formal reading of the information, enter a plea of not guilty. Counsel of the court scheduling a probable cause conference that must be attended on October the 13th. That is a Tuesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Hobbs, that will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Not guilty entered. Ask the bond counsel.
As a bond, the court should be cognizant, Your Honor, that my client is 21 years old. He's graduated high school. He is self-employed, and he has been so since before he graduated high school. He was self-employed. He is a contractor in heating, cooling, and he does excavation, yard excavations. So he doesn't have a prior criminal history at all. We have no reason to believe that Mr. Hobbs is not going to return for future court dates. We're asking for a personal bond in this matter.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Hobbs, the court takes into consideration the information provided by your counselor who has advocated well on your behalf. It appears you have no criminal convictions the court's aware of, no capious history. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation, the serious nature of this allegation, as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report. Mr. Hobbs, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood? No weapons.
Yes, sir.
I need a verbal response. Thank you. Mr. Hobbs, given the information placed on the record provided by your counsel, bond on this matter will be set in the amount $8,000 personal bond. Anything further, counsel?
No, Your Honor, not at all.
Good luck, counselor.
I just want to be clear. So his next court date is October 13th?
Yes, sir. October 13th, which will be heard via Zoom in front of Judge Giles at the 36th District Court at 8:30 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
You're welcome. And you have one, Mr. Woods. So as soon as he appears, let us know. Thank you.
Okay, I will let me know. Mr. Hobbs, you can leave now. I'll talk to you.
How do I leave, Mr. Tuttles? Do I just close the phone or like?
I got you, sir. What? I got you, sir. What did you log in under? James's iPhone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Good luck, sir.
Okay, we'll talk. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And I appreciate DDC. Mr. Terrell, state your name, please.
Martez Terrell.
Thanks. This is case 2006064, People State of Michigan versus Martez Anthony Terrell. Appearance. You're on mute, sir.
Your Honor, Gary Jones, P number 56072, appearing on behalf of Martez Terrell. For the purposes of arraignment, he would stand mute, waive formal reading, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court will waive formal reading and our plea of not guilty, Mr. Terrell, and schedule a probable cause conference. Sir, you must attend Wednesday. Strike that. Tuesday, October 13th. Tuesday, October the 13th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles, which will be heard via Zoom, Mr. Terrell. It's an off-site streaming technology. Your responsibility to connect on time. Not guilty entered. Counselor Esteban.
Your Honor, Esteban, I'm requesting a personal bond. Your Honor, this young man has no criminal history, strong community ties. This appears to be an isolated incident. There was no confrontation with the police officers. Judge, we're requesting a personal bond.
Thank you, brother counsel. Mr. Terrell, your attorney has advocated well on your behalf. As always, the court takes into consideration the information provided by your attorney. Lack of criminal convictions or capious history the court's aware of. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation, the serious nature of this allegation, as well as the information provided in the police investigator's report. Mr. Terrell, during this bond, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Terrell. For those reasons, bond is set $7,500 personal bond. Anything further, Counsel?
No, Your Honor, and I appreciate you and your staff. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Have a nice day. Be safe. Good luck, Mr. Terrell.
Thank you.
Your Honor, are we going straight down the list right now?
At your pleasure, sir. Whatever. I appreciate your accommodations. Whatever works best for you.
Okay, all the way up to number 9, sir. They have been interviewed. Everyone below
Perfect.
number 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 haven't been interviewed yet.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that information. I think sister and brother counsel are on that.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it. He said you got interviews 1 through 9. Perfect.
And we do not have a Dale Coffee here at DDC.
Hey, how you doing?
You do not have Dale Coffee?
No, sir.
Do you know if he was released, or you never had him at intake?
He was never here. I think he's at Division 3.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Same phone number, sir.
Kurt Washington Cook.
And Your Honor, this is Tuttles again. My next client has joined us. That's Anthony Woods.
Perfect. We'll handle Mr. Woods as soon as we finish up with the arraignment with Mr. Cook Washington. Thank you, counsel. And
Thank
your
you,
name
Your
one
Honor.
more time, Mr. Washington Cook?
Kurt Allen Washington Cook Jr.
Good morning, sir. You're here for case 2006061, People State of Michigan versus Kurt Washington Cook. Counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jessica Child on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Washington Cook, who is formal reading understands his constitutional right to stand in.
Thank you. The court waive formal reading under a plea of not guilty. Mr. Washington Cook, the court scheduling a probable cause conference. You must attend Tuesday, October the 13th. That's at 8:30 a.m. at the 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. That hearing will be heard via Zoom, Mr. Washington Cook, which is a off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that hearing before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as to the month.
Your Honor, my client is 25 years old. He lived in Detroit his whole life. He lived with his dad. His only prior, Your Honor, I believe, is a misdemeanor. Your Honor, we were contacted by the defendant's father, who gave us his doctor's information as well. The defendant is currently under the doctor's care. He was diagnosed with schizophrenia and severe depression, and he has a learning disability, Your Honor. He is prescribed medication, and he has his usual 1-month appointment on September 30th. I believe the defendant's father is on Zoom, Your Honor, or was trying to get on Zoom. So he's got great family ties and great support, Your Honor. He is on medication for that. He is unemployed due to the pandemic and his condition, Your Honor. So I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond. Like I said, his father will make sure, that he makes it to his next court date. And I believe, Your Honor, these are not assaulted.
Thank you, counsel. Father, is that you present?
Yes.
Raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Do.
Yes, yes. And your full name?
Kurt Allen Cook.
Thank you, and good morning, and thank you for appearing. It's based on counsel's representation, your son lives with you, is that correct?
Yes.
And so if the court were to release him on a personal bond, you would do the best of your ability to make sure he makes his court dates via Zoom and follows all orders of the court. Is that what you're telling the court?
Yes.
Thank you for your appearance, sir. Mr. Kurt Washington Cook, the court takes into consideration a number of things. Your counsel's advocated well on your behalf, provided information the court takes consideration. You have no criminal conviction the court's aware of, or allegations of assault or capious history. You have family present, Mr. Washington Cook. That's not common. The court goes through many days where nobody shows up in support, and the court takes that into consideration that your father is here showing support and the information that he has placed on the record. These are very serious felony allegations, Mr. Washington Cook. You must listen to the court, not only making your court date, but during this bond, there is no use of alcohol, no marijuana, and no illegal controlled substance. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. And you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapons. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Given the information placed on the record, the serious nature of these allegations, the current epidemic facing the nation, your bond will be set $10,000 personal bond. You're going to be released on a personal bond, sir. Listen to your father. Make sure and make your court dates. Listen to the court, and good luck. Anything further, counsel or father?
Well, thank you, Your Honor.
What was the personal bond amount, Your Honor?
$10,000.
Thank you.
100%.
All right, you're welcome. Good luck, Mr. Washington Cook.
That means, as the court already indicated, that means nothing has to be paid. He will be released today. Nothing, a personal bond means you don't have to pay anything unless he misses his next court date, okay?
Thank you.
So he's going to be released on this matter today, Father, pending any other holds. Any questions, sir?
No, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, DDC, just one moment. We have another matter for
What's that, sir?
Counsel Tuttles, who's present. Mr. Woods, state your full name, please.
Anthony Tyrone Woods Jr.
Thank you. This is case 200600149, People State of Michigan versus Anthony Woods, also known as Anthony Tyrone Woods Jr., Anthony Tyrone Woods, counselor.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please this honorable court, Antonio D. Tuttles, on behalf of my client, Mr. Anthony Woods, who is not physically present, whose physical presence I do waive, however, who is present via Zoom and on a monitor to your left. For the purposes of the arraignment, we do waive the formal reading of the complaint and stand mute.
Thank you. Brother Counsel, court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Woods, the court scheduling a probable cause conference you must attend Tuesday, October the 13th. That's at 8:30 a.m. at the 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Woods, that hearing will be held via Zoom, similar to what we're using today. It is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes.
Thank you. Not guilty is that entered as to the bond.
As a bond, Your Honor, there's a few things. First, you should be aware that my client is 34 years old. He has, he's receiving SSI, or he's in the process of receiving SSI. He did suffer a heart attack July the 10th. He's on 7 different medications. He has one child, 6-year-old, who is in school. He's a lifelong resident. He has retained counsel. And more importantly, Your Honor, I did go to the Detroit Detention Center this past Monday to see to see why they had not arraigned Mr. Woods. They released Mr. Woods on that day. However, subsequent to him being released, they called me and they told me they released the wrong person or he had not appeared in court. So it's a big confusion, and they called, asked me to have him turn himself back in. I contacted Mrs. Gray and the other parties to be. So Mr. Woods is here via Zoom. Obviously, that would give the court an indication he has no desire to avoid the situation. He will appear in court, and he does not pose a danger to society. We are asking for a personal bond in this matter.
Thank you, Brother Counsel, for that information. Mr. Woods, your attorney has advocated well on your behalf. As always, the court takes into consideration the information he provided, your ties to the community, lack of criminal convictions, or capious history, the information alleged in the investigator's report, as well as the court takes into consideration the current epidemic facing the nation and your lack of employment status as stated as it relates to the ability to post bond. This is a very serious felony allegation, Mr. Woods. During this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Understood?
Yes.
Thank you. And for those reasons, bond is set $8,000 personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Woods. Listen to your counsel, sir. Make sure to attend the hearing date and no weapons. Anything further, Brother Counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Good luck, sir. Hope it all works out. Go ahead.
Thank you so much.
To you and your staff, Your Honor. Thank you. Have a safe day. Thank you.
You as well, both of you. Thank you. Thank you, DDC. Appreciate y'all.
You ready to resume right down the list?
Yeah, we should be ready to go with just you. Dale Cough.
Yes, yes.
Did you have an opportunity to interview Dale Coffey? He does look like he's at Division 3.
Yes, Your Honor, Dale Coffey has been interviewed.
Okay, Officer Love, could you call Division 3 and let them know we're ready on Dale Coffey whenever they are? They can call up. Thank you. Good morning. Your name, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. David Anthony Turner Johnson.
Thank you. Good morning, and thank you, Officer Love. This is case 200600629, People State of Michigan versus David Anthony Turner Johnson, counselor.
Your Honor, Attorney Fallon Moore, PA 4281 on behalf of Mr. Johnson. My client has been advised of his constitutional right to waive a formal reading and will stand here today, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Turner Johnson, a court scheduling 2 court dates, sir. You must attend them both. Probable cause conference is scheduled Wednesday, September the 30th. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Monday, October the 5th. Both 8:30 a.m. 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Both of those court dates will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information if you're released on how to connect, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Not guilties entered as to the bond.
As to bond, Your Honor, my client is inmate to us that he's 29 years old. He is the main caregiver for his children, Your Honor, and he does actually live with the complaining witness and their children. And it appears here that in speaking with the complaining witness, that she is not prepared to proceed with this complaint. And I do understand the seriousness of the allegations. However, given that information, and also, Your Honor, I want to indicate that my client is gainfully employed. And given the allegations and the information provided, would you respectfully ask this court to consider a personal bond in this matter?
Where did you glean information that she does not want to proceed, and it is not her decision to proceed, it's the people's decision to proceed? Where did you get that information?
It appears as though, it appears as though, I don't know if co-counsel actually spoke with the child's mom, but according to my notes here, that is what I have, and I do understand that it is the people's decision.
Thank you, counsel. The court, Mr. Turner Johnson, takes into consideration the advocacy provided by your attorney. The court's unaware of any criminal convictions or capious history in the past. These are very serious assaultive allegations. The court takes consideration of information alleged in the investigator's report, employment status as stated by counsel as it relates to ability to post bond, and the court takes into consideration the current epidemic facing our nation. Mr. Turner Johnson, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with the premises or area of 15900 Log Cabin, Detroit, Michigan. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And no contact with Tiana Williams Jones. That means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Tiana Williams Jones. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Given the information placed on the record, the serious nature of these allegations, the information alleged in the investigator's report, bond will be set. $25,000, 10%. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Say 490.
Good. Your name again, please?
Warfield Duke.
Thank you, Mr. Duke. This is case 19058-519, People State of Michigan versus Marcel Dukes, counselor.
Your Honor, Attorney Fallon Moore, on behalf of Mr. Duke, my client has been advised of the constitutional right to waive the formal reading and will stand you today, Your Honor.
Court will waive formal reading under a plea of not guilty and schedule an exam only, Mr. Dukes, that you must attend October the 5th, which is Monday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. That will be heard via Zoom, Mr. Dukes. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect if you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Not guilty is entered as to the bond.
As to bond, Your Honor, my client is age 31 and is a high school graduate who suffers from OCD and anxiety, in which he takes medication information for your it appears as though the allegations in this case are not assaultive, and we respectfully ask the court to consider a personal bond in this matter.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Dukes, these are very serious allegations. During this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Dukes, the reason it appears you're here before the court this morning is you failed to appear for an examination on or about July the 24th of 2019. It appears that a warrant was issued for your arrest for failing to appear. The judge that you were assigned to issued that warrant and placed bond in the amount of $5,000 cash surety. I, as a magistrate, have no authority to change that judge's bond. The bond is set for your failure to appear. Mr. Dukes, it's very important that you make your court date, sir, so you don't get locked up just for not making your court date. I hope it works out, Mr. Dukes. Good luck, sir. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Say your full name, sir. Q1 Maybell.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Maybell. Mr. Maybell, you're here regarding case 18044-206, People State of Michigan versus Kawan Deontay Maybell. Counselor?
Your Honor, Helen Moore on behalf of Mr. Maybell, my client has advised the constitutional right to waive formal reading and will stand you today, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Mr. Maybell, the court scheduling a pretrial date, sir. You must attend on September the 28th, which is a Monday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Bryant. That hearing, Mr. Maybell, will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. If you're able to make bond, if you're released, you'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect for that hearing date via Zoom on time. Not guilty is entered as to the bond, counselor.
Mr. Maybell, age 28, is a lifetime resident of the Michigan area, who indicates that he has no prior assaultive convictions, Your Honor. I do realize that there was a capias entered for this a couple years ago, and in co-counsel speaking with Mr. Maybell, he indicates that he was actually in jail during the time that he was set up for final retrial, and he has verification to that effect. Unfortunately, we were called to jail in an attempt to verify that, and we were able to receive that information. However, Your Honor, I do respectfully ask this court to consider a personal bond or a just bond that the court sees fit.
Thank you, Assistant Counsel. Mr. Maybell, your reason you're here, it appears before the court, is you failed to appear for a final pretrial date on or about July the 30th of 2018. When you failed to appear, a warrant was issued for your arrest by the judge that you were assigned to. Counsel's indicated, Mr. Maybell, that you were incarcerated at that point in time. When were you released from lockup? Were you released later in 2018 or 2019?
Oh, you talking about, yeah, when I missed July 30th. I was released that July. I missed the court date. And then they arrested me March 25th, 2019.
Okay, so Mr. Maybell, if you miss a court date, it's your responsibility to surrender yourself to authorities. And it appears that you did not do so in a timely fashion. The judge issued a warrant for your arrest. Mr. Maybell, I, as a magistrate, have no authority to change that judge's bond. During this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and you're not to go to the premises or area of 957 Holden, Detroit, Michigan. Do not go to that premises or area. Given the capias that was issued by the assigned judge with no authority given to the magistrate to change bond was set $2,000 cash surety. Good luck, Mr. Maybell. I hope it works out. Make sure to attend your hearing date, sir. You're welcome.
Mr. Hernandez.
Hernandez. Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right.
Do you think there's any other number in here or anything that you can? Good morning. Your name?
John Hernandez.
Thank you, Mr. Hernandez, and good morning, sir. You're here for case 120567006, People State of Michigan versus John Hernandez. Counselor.
Your Honor, I take on behalf of Mr. John Hernandez. My client has advised the constitutional right to make formal reading and will send you today, Your Honor.
Thank you. The court waived formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Mr. Hernandez, the court scheduling a probable cause conference, sir, you must attend. Thank you. October the 14th, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. That hearing on October 14th will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. Mr. Hernandez, before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Stand by. Not guilty is entered as to bond. Thank you. As to bond, Sister Counsel.
As to bond, Your Honor, it appears as though Mr. Hernandez actually has retained counsel.
Thank you.
So we are actually filling in on his behalf.
Okay, Mr. Hernandez, you have a retained attorney? You paid in a counsel?
Yes, Ray Page.
Okay, and so Mr. Page is not present. Are you giving permission to the attorney that is present to stand in for Mr. Page for the purposes of the arraignment?
Yes, if I'm correct, he called him and talked to him, and yes.
It's up to you. It's your decision, and we'll go forward. I just wanted to make sure we had your permission. Not guilty is entered. Thank you, Sister Counsel. As to bond, anything further?
As to bond, Your Honor, Mr. Hernandez is a 41-year-old lifelong resident of the Michigan area who is gainfully employed and also has an associate's degree, Your Honor. It appears as though this charge is from 2010, and given that information, Your Honor, it looks like the allegations are not exhaustive. I do respectfully ask this court to consider personal bond on that.
Thank you. Mr. Hernandez, these are very serious felony allegations. The court takes consideration the information provided by your attorney that these allegations occurred over a decade ago. The court's unaware of any criminal convictions or allegations of assault. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as employment status as stays relates to ability to post bond. The court has limited information, no investigator's report, no write-up in which to consider. The court's considering the nature of these allegations and the information placed on the record. During this bond, Mr. Hernandez, you're not to use any alcohol, no marijuana, and no illegal controlled substance during this bond, and you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that all clear?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Hernandez, your bond is $10,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond. Make sure and attend the Zoom hearing as stated. Listen to the court's orders. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Both.
Okay.
Good morning, your name?
Riddell Jenkins.
Thank you, Mr. Jenkins. And good morning, sir. You're here for case 2006-0027, People State of Michigan versus Riddell Jenkins. Counsel. No. Mr. Jenkins, have you been interviewed by an attorney this morning, sir?
Yes.
Okay, one moment. Your counsels are just grabbing that information. Just one moment.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Y'all did the interview, right?
Thank you. Okay, and as to the arraignment, we'll call it again. 2006-0027, People State of Michigan versus Riddell Jenkins. Your name one more time, sir.
Riddell Jenkins.
Thank you. Counsel.
My client has been advised of constitutional rights, waive the formal reading and will sit here today.
Thank you. The court will waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Mr. Jenkins, the court scheduling 2 court dates, sir. You must attend them both. Probable cause conference September the 30th, which is a Wednesday. You have a right to a preliminary examination following Monday, October the 5th. Both 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Both hearings will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect if you're able to make bond, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand, Mr. Jenkins?
Yes.
Thank
you. Not guilty is entered as to the bond.
As to bond, Your Honor, my client is a 23-year-old lifelong resident of the city of Detroit who indicates that he has no prior assault and criminal history. He is currently gainfully employed as a law enforcement, and I do understand the seriousness of the allegations, Your Honor. And I do respectfully ask this court to consider a reasonable amount of bond.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. God, appreciate it. Mr. Jenkins, these are very serious assaultive allegations. The court takes consideration the information provided by your counsel. You have a prior criminal conviction the court takes into consideration, which is a felony conviction. You're on probation for the carrying concealed weapon, sir?
No, they just gave me the felony. Then I turned myself in today to figure out what was going on today.
Okay, Mr. Jenkins, the court takes consideration the lack of capious history, the employment status as stated by counsel as relates to the ability to post bond, as well as the current epidemic facing the nation and the serious allegations set forth in the investigator's report. Good morning. Mr. Jenkins, during this bond, sir, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. You're not to go to the premises or area of 3814 Webb, and absolutely no contact with Rose Gatlin. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact with Rose Gatlin, understood?
Yes. How will I get my daughter?
What? You can. Is there a custody order in support?
No, we were supposed to go to court to get joint custody because she.
Okay, so Mr. Jenkins, right now, if there's no custody order in support, you just have to listen to the court's orders. I did not say no contact with your daughter, no contact with Rose Gatlin, and no contact through a third party. So do not send any information to a third party. If a family member or somebody you feel comfortable, whatever you want to work out, wants to get your daughter and bring her to you, that's between you and whoever your family, you could work that out with. But if you're attempting to work out visitation with your daughter, do not send any messages through that third party to Miss Gatlin. You have to have no contact with Rose Gatlin. Is that understood?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Jenkins. And if you're able to make bond based on the information alleged in an investigator's report, you're to be fit with the GPS tether. Bond on this matter set in the amount 5,010%. That's $500, Mr. Jenkins. Good luck, sir.
Okay, can I ask one question?
You can ask as many questions as you like.
Where would I get the GPS tether from?
You'll be fit before you're released.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck, Mr. Jenkins. Thank you. How's your morning going, Claudia? Yeah. Good morning. Your name, please.
Thomas Lohman, Lohmann.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Lohman. You're here for case 13055-615. People's State of Michigan is Thomas Michael Lohman, also known as Thomas Lohman, counselor.
Morning, Your Honor. Dr. Sarah, on behalf of the defendant, Lohman, who waits formal reading of the case of constitutional rights of the entity.
Thank you. Court wait formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Mr. Lohman, the court scheduling a pretrial date that you must attend October the 14th, which is a Wednesday. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Bryant. Mr. Lohman, that hearing on the 14th of October is scheduled via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology similar to what we're using today. Before you release, you'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Not guilty is entered as to bond.
Your Honor, my client is 44 years old, lifelong resident of Michigan. He did complete some college, but he's unemployed due to he received SSD. Your Honor, he did turn himself in when he found out about this. It appears that this incident is from 2013, so it's got some reach to it. I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond. He turned himself in, so I know he'll make his next court date, Your Honor.
Thank you. DDT, can you confirm that information by sister counsel that Mr. Lohman turned himself into authorities on this matter?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for that information. And Mr. Lohman, that's information the court considers that you surrendered yourself to authority in relation to this allegation, which is a very serious allegation.
I just
and the court takes consideration.
No.
Thank you. And that's, the court appreciates that, sir, and it's very important that you do such in attending your court date and handle this in some form or fashion. And the court takes into consideration the information provided by counsel. You have ties to the community, the nature of this allegation, which is serious, the age of the allegation, as well as the court's unaware of any criminal convictions or capious history the court's aware of. Mr. Lohman, the court considers the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report. Mr. Lohman, it's very important you listen to all conditions so you don't get locked back up just for not listening. During this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. There's no use of alcohol, no marijuana, and no illegal controlled substance. You have absolutely no contact with the premises or area of 7403 Chapman, City, Detroit, Michigan. And you're to have no contact with John Cedric Fields. Mr. Lohman, no contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at his place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with John Cedric Fields. Is that all clear?
Yes, sir.
For those reasons, bond is set $7,500 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, sir. Listen to the court. Good luck.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Mr. Locke.
Step in, say 490.
Devon Locke.
Keep your mask over your mouth.
Thank you, Mr. Locke, and good morning. You still unable to get touch with Madam Clerk? This, Claudia, this is Division 3. Officer Love's been calling for about 25 minutes trying to get in touch with him. Nobody's answered. Could we call Miss Gray or somebody and let them know that we can't get in touch with nobody? Or Kim? Thank you, Officer Love. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you. Your name one more time, sir?
Devon Locke.
Thank you, Mr. Locke. Thank you, Davon Locke. And you're here for case number 2006063, People State of Michigan versus Davon Locke, also known as Davion Lamont Locke. Davon Lamont with an E, Locke. Counsel.
Justice Shadow, we have the defendant, Mr. Locke. My client is from a reading of the constitutional rights and stands here.
Thank you. This counsel court waive formal reading under a plea of not guilty. Mr. Locke, the court scheduling a probable cause conference you must attend on Wednesday, October the 14th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. That hearing will be heard via Zoom, Mr. Locke, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information before you're released on how to connect for that hearing, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Locke. Not guilty is entered as a bond.
Your Honor, I'm 28 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit, has no prior criminal convictions, did complete from college, he's got great family ties, community ties. This is not a policy or request, asking the court to consider personal bond.
Thank you. Mr. Locke, this is a very serious allegation, and the court has concerns regarding the information alleged in the investigator's report. Not only is it alleged that you had a concealed weapon with no legal right to do such, but it's alleged that it was loaded with 17 live rounds. It's very concerning regarding the safety of the public. Mr. Locke, during this bond, it's very important you listen to the court. You are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. No weapons during this bond, understood?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Locke, the court takes consideration. The court's unaware of any capious history or criminal convictions or allegations of assault. Court considers the information alleged provided by your attorney, your ties to the community, current epidemic facing the nation, as well as employment status as relates to ability to post bond. For those reasons, Mr. Locke, you'll be released on a $10,000 personal bond. Listen to the court, sir. Good luck.
Thanks a lot.
Step on, sir.
You're welcome.
Mr. Johnson.
Mr. Johnson.
Court. Put your mask up for me. Put your mask up over your mouth and your face. Say 490.
Cortez Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson, and good morning, sir. You're here for case 2006064, People State of Michigan versus Cortez Antonio Johnson. Counsel.
Mr. Johnson?
Mr. Johnson, you gotta pay attention to the court, sir.
Mr. Johnson, this is your attorney speaking. I know you're going through a lot right now, but we're gonna handle your arraignment. We're gonna do the best we can, okay? But I need you to let me know when you're okay, because I need you to be focused and listening so you don't miss anything, okay? Alright, just to check on behalf of Mr. Johnson, who waives formal reading, understands his constitutional rights and stands be.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Johnson, the court scheduling 2 court dates that you must attend them both. Probable cause conference scheduled Wednesday, September the 30th. You have a right to a preliminary examination following Tuesday, October the 6th. Both 8:30 a.m. 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Both hearings, Mr. Johnson, will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. If you're able to make bond and release, you'll be given information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it's your responsibility to connect on time for both hearings. Probable cause September 30th and your preliminary examination October the 6th in front of Judge Giles. Not guilty is entered as to bond.
Your Honor, my client is 35 years old, lives in Detroit his whole life. He is unemployed right now due to COVID. He did complete in college. He understands the no contact order that the court most likely ordered, Your Honor. I understand that the charges are very serious, Your Honor, and that the court has to consider the community's safety. However, Your Honor, at this point, they are allegations. I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a bond that the court finds reasonable, whether that be a GPS tether or house arrest, Your Honor. I don't believe he's at flight risk, Your Honor. He wants to take care of these matters. I'm respectfully asking the court for a reasonable bond if they will deny our personal bond, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. And his employment status again? I apologize.
He is unemployed due to COVID.
That's what I thought you said.
Thank you. Mr. Johnson, these are very serious assaultive allegations, sir, and the court has concerns regarding the safety of the public based on the presence of threats alleged in the investigators' report, numerous presence of threats. The court has concerns regarding the possible life offense of count 1, a very serious assaultive allegation. The court has considerations and takes into consideration has concerns regarding your prior criminal felony convictions, as well as your ties to the community. The court notes the court's unaware of any capious history. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as your lack of employment status as relates to ability to post bond. Very concerning are not only the serious nature of these allegations, but the information alleged in the investigator's report, which includes allegations of assault and has indicated numerous threats against individuals' life. Mr. Johnson, during this bond, you're not to use any alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substance. You're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. If you're able to make bond, you're to be fit with a GPS tether. And during this bond, sir, you're absolutely no contact with Jocelyn Jackson. No contact means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Jocelyn Jackson. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Given the information placed on the record, bond is set $275,000 cash surety. Good luck, everybody.
Step behind that line.
Good morning. Your name, please.
My name is DeAndre Thomas.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas, and good morning. Mr. Thomas, you're here before the court regarding case number 2004569, People State of Michigan versus DeAndre Thomas, also known as DeAndre Terrell Thomas. DeAndre Terrell Thomas. Counselor.
Mr. on behalf of the Mr. Thomas, who waives formal reading, understands the constitutional rights and stands in
Which way you going, Jerry?
For waive formal reading and our plea of not guilty.
Which way you going?
Mr. Thomas, the court's scheduling a pre-trial date, sir, that you must attend October the 14th. That is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Bryant. That hearing, Mr. Thomas, will take place via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as to the bond.
Your Honor, my client is 35 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit. I believe, to my knowledge, Your Honor, only prior criminal conviction is child support. He is employed as a chef. He's self-employed. He did do some college classes. I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond, Your Honor. He understands the no contact, order, and he knows the seriousness of the next court date and the consequences. So, Your Honor, respectfully ask for a personal.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Thomas, this is a very serious assaultive allegation. The court considers a lack of capious history the court's aware of, the ties of the community, your employment status as stated by counsel as it relates to ability to post bond. Court's unaware of any capious history. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the serious assaultive allegations alleged in investigators' report. During this bond, Mr. Thomas, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. You're not to go to the premises or area of Greektown Casino or Hotel. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Absolutely no contact with Calvin Galloway, which means no contact of any kind. No contact orally, in writing, through a third person at his place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact with Calvin Galloway. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And you're going to be released on a personal bond given the reason stated. Prior to your release, you're to be fit with a GPS tether. Your bond is $10,000 personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Thomas. Listen to the court. Welcome.
What is stuff in the same full name? Same full name.
No, James McGee.
Thank you, Mr. McGee. Good morning.
Good morning.
Melvin James. Noah James McGee, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. This is case 2006069, People State of Michigan versus Noah James McGee. Counselor?
Just to on behalf of the defendant, Mr. McGee, who waives formal reading, understands his constitutional rights and stands.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. McGee, the court scheduling a probable cause conference you must attend on Wednesday, October the 14th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. That hearing will take place via Zoom, Mr. McGee. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before your release, you'll get information on how to connect for that hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Sir.
Not guilty is entered. Thank you. As to the bond.
Your Honor, my client is 23 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit, he has no prior criminal conviction. He did graduate high school. He's not on probation or parole. He's got great community ties. He is unemployed due to the pandemic right now, Your Honor. So I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond of those years as an assault.
Thank you. Mr. McGee, this is a very serious allegation. The court takes consideration the information alleged investigators report, which leans towards the likelihood of conviction given the alleged admissions that you've made. The court takes consideration lack of capious history or criminal convictions the court's aware of. Your employment status as stated by counsel as it relates to the ability to post bond, as well as given the current epidemic facing our nation. All things the court considers, as well as the information provided by your counsel. During this bond, Mr. McGee, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. No weapons, understood? For those reasons, bond set $8,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, Mr. McGee. Listen to the court. Good luck.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Lawson.
Y'all been interviewed already? No, I did.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Kyle Caleb Floyd.
Thank you, Mr. Floyd. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you. Mr. Floyd, you're here for case number 2006066, People State of Michigan versus Kyle Kaleem Floyd. Counsel.
Yes, sir.
On behalf of the defendant, Mr. Floyd, who waives formal reading, understands his constitutional rights and stands.
Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Court scheduling a probable cause conference, Mr. Floyd, on Wednesday, October the 14th. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Mr. Floyd, that hearing that's a probable cause conference, and it will take place via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that all understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as to the bond.
Your Honor, my client is 24 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit. He has no prior assault conviction. He's employed at Happy's Pizza, which is allows him to support his 2 kids, who are ages 3 and 1. He did graduate high school, probation on parole. He's got good community ties, family ties. I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond.
Thank you. Mr. Floyd, this is a very serious, these are very serious felony allegations, and the court considers advocacy provided by your counsel, who did a good job as always advocating on your behalf. You have ties to the community. The court's unaware of any capious history. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation, your employment status as counsel stated as relates to ability to post bond, as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report, and the serious nature of these charges and your prior criminal felony convictions. Mr. Floyd, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Floyd, if the court were to release you on a personal bond, given the court's concerns, you're telling the court you're going to listen to the court and attend that hearing on time and no weapons. Is that what you're telling the court?
Yes, sir.
It's very important you do all of that, Mr. Floyd, so you don't get locked back up just for not listening. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. For those reasons, bond is set $12,000 personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Floyd.
Okay.
So that's it, right?
The other gentlemen are being interviewed now.
You guys are killing it this morning. I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
That's all.
There's no one
doing the time.
Officer Woods. Trophy.
Trophy, man.
Silver trophy, guys. There's room for improvement. Silver trophy.
We're going for the gold.
Almost there. You guys are great. Sorry, counsel. Sorry.
He's at Division 3. They had been interviewed. Usually they call in.
I appreciate the information, counsel. Officer Love, as well as Madam Clerk, and individuals in the administrator or in the back that's helping prep matters, have all attempted to reach Division 3, and we're working on that. So we're unable to get in contact with them and to have them call.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. Your name, please.
Perez Daniel.
I apologize. Your name again?
Perez Daniel.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have you been interviewed, sir?
He just finished.
Yes.
Oh.
Just finished. Okay. Counselors are going to get your information. Just 1 second, Mr. Daniels. Thank you. This is case 2006068, People State of Michigan versus Perez Marquez Daniels, also known as Daniel Perez Marquez. Counselor.
Dr. Shab, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Daniels, who waits formal reading, understands his constitutional rights and stands to be.
Thank you. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Daniels, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference. Sir, you must attend Wednesday, October the 14th. That's at 8:30 a.m. at the 36th District Court in front of Judge King. That hearing on October 14th, Mr. Daniels, will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
Your Honor, my son is 19 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit, no prior criminal convictions. He did complete the 12th grade. He is unemployed at this moment due to the pandemic. This is not assaultive. I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal law.
Thank you. Mr. Daniels, the court considers the information provided by your attorney. This is a very serious felony allegation, sir, and the court considers you have no criminal convictions the court's aware of or capious history. You have ties to the community. The court takes consideration the serious nature of this allegation, the information alleged in the investigator's report, current epidemic facing the nation, as well as employment status as stated by counsel as it relates to the ability to post bond. Mr. Daniels, very important you listen to the court, sir, not only attending that hearing, but in all aspects so you don't get locked back up just for not listening to the court. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Daniels. During this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Understood?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Daniels. You'll be released on a personal bond in the amount of $8,500. Good luck, sir. Hope it works out. Listen to the court.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. I think 8,500.
What's up, 49?
Jeremy West.
Thank you, Mr. West, and good morning. Mr. West, you're here for case number 200-60647, People State of Michigan versus Jeremy C. West. Appearance?
Trustee Shower, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. West, who is formal reading of the defendant's constitutional rights and standing.
Thank you. Mr. West, court waive formal reading and our plea of not guilty. Schedule a probable cause conference that you must attend on October the 14th. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Madam Clerk, do we have that file back? Looks like we got Division 3. Mr. West, that hearing on the 14th will be heard via Zoom. Is that it? Oh, no, no, thanks. I already interrupted right now. 1 second, Division 3, we're going to handle this matter and then take care of Mr. Coffey. Mr. West, the hearing on October 4th. Thank you, I appreciate that. The October 14th hearing will be heard via Zoom, Mr. West. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information before you're released on how to connect, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood? Mr. West, understand? Thank you, sir. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
Your Honor, my client is 21 years old. He's a lifelong resident of Detroit. He has no prior criminal convictions. He was employed with church, but he got laid off during the pandemic. He is a high school grad. He's not on probation or parole. He has no priors. According to my knowledge, Your Honor. Especially as the court takes their personal loss.
Thank you, Counselor. Mr. West, this is a very serious felony allegation. The court considers the information provided by counsel, nature of this offense, as well as the allegations set forth in the investigator's report. You have ties to the community. The court considers employment status as stated by counsel as it relates to the ability to post bond, and considering the current epidemic facing our nation, as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report. Mr. West, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Is that understood? Yes. Mr. West, for those reasons, you'll be released on an $8,000 personal bond. Good luck, Mr. West. Hope it works out. Listen to the court, sir.
Stop on Woods.
Thank you. Officer Woods, 1 moment. We'll handle this gentleman and hopefully come back for the last mail. Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Caffey, your name, please.
Dale Caffey.
His full name again?
Dale Aaron Caffey.
Thank you, Mr. Caffey. And this is case 17056-276, People State of Michigan versus Dale Caffey. Counselor.
Trustee Shower, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Caffey, who is formal reading, understands his constitutional rights and stands.
Thank you, Counselor. Court waive formal reading and our plea of not guilty. Mr. Caffey, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference that you must attend on November the 25th. That's 8:30 a.m. Frank Murphy Hall of Justice, 3rd Circuit Court in front of Judge Jones. Mr. Caffey, that will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
Your Honor, my client has no priors. He's a lifetime resident. He is starting a job soon, Your Honor. He did complete up to the 11th grade. This appears to be from 2014, Your Honor. I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond. I believe in custody of one of the children, Your Honor, after the mother passed away 2 years ago. That's in medication for disability. I'm respectfully asking for personal bond.
Thank you, Sister Counsel. Mr. Caffey, the court considers the information provided by your attorney. The court's unaware of any capious history or criminal convictions. This is a serious allegation, Mr. Caffey. It is non-assaultive. The court's unaware of any capious history. The court considers the current epidemic facing the nation, employment status as stated as it relates to the ability to post bond. The court, Mr. Caffey, is statutorily obligated to set bond in the amount of 25% of your alleged arrearages. Your alleged arrearages at this point in time allegedly total $7,010. For those reasons, you'll be released on a $1,753 personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Caffey. Make sure and listen to the court. Show up for the Zoom hearing on time. Officer, anything further?
No, sir, we are clear. So enjoy your day, sir, and be safe.
You as well. Thanks as always. Be safe. And Officer Woods, we're ready on.
Woods stepped out. This is Collins taking over now. Come on, Whitley.
Okay, Collins. You got a bronze statue so far.
Same name. There's my Whitley.
Good morning, Mr. Whitley. This is case 2006065, People State of Michigan versus Ashmar Uma Whitley, also known as Raymond Watley, Norman Burrell, Ashmar Whitley, Ashmar Uma Whitley, Raymond Dennis.
Good job on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Whitley, who is formal reading understands the constitutional right to stand trial.
Thank you, counsel. Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Whitley, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference. You must attend October the 14th, which is Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Sir, that hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for the hearing, but it is your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
Your Honor, my client is 38 years old. He's a lifelong resident of Detroit. He is employed in lawn service. He's a high school graduate, 2 years of college, takes medication, like meds, Your Honor. I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond, although period of release is not assaulted. He understands the no contact order. So again, given the pandemic and his family ties, community ties, I'm respectfully asking for a personal bond.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Whitley, the court takes consideration the nature of this allegation, which is very serious but not assaultive. So the court has concerns regarding your prior criminal convictions, which include a number of convictions similar to the allegations set before the court. It's very important you listen to the court, sir, so you don't get locked back up just for not listening. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
listen to the court. Thank you. And during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and you're not to go to the area or premises of 21431 Grand River, Detroit, Michigan. That is a Meijer store. You're not to go to the premises or area of any Meijer stores during this bond. Is that understood? No Meijer stores.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Given the epidemic facing the nation, the information provided by counsel, alleged investigators report, lack of capious history, serious nature of these allegations, bond will be set $7,000 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond. Listen to the court. No Meijer store. Make sure to attend that Zoom hearing. Good luck.
Step out, sir.
Thank you, Officer Collins. We'll meet you on the female side, sir.
One female, right, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, I'll meet you.
Okay, thanks. EDC moving today, huh? It's busy. Madam Clerk? We don't have any information on this matter, Claudia? Yeah, take your time. No, take your time.
What's wrong?
We don't have any write-up or police report or nothing on this?
It's 3 other defendants and they can't locate the went to the courtroom. And, they couldn't locate the file.
And how do we know who this, how are we aware who this victim is?
It's on the register, it should be, where it says, victim, up at the top left-hand corner.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes they put the officer there.
Yeah.
Counsel, could you see if Mr. Reagan's on women's side for some reason? Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, I did. I scanned page 4. You scanned something too?
I did 1, 2, and 3. I sent them. You scanned them and I sent them. Remember when I first I scanned.
Oh. So you want to sit?
Thank you. Sweet. And then, so this would be defendant 1. Good morning, your name?
Alicia Perryman.
Thank you. This is case 1906112301. People say to Michigan versus Alicia Perriman. It appears identified in the complaint as defendant 1, though the court has no complaint before us. Counsel.
On behalf of the defendant, Ms. Perryman, who with formal reading understands her constitutional rights and stands mute.
Court waive formal reading and her plea of not guilty. Ms. Perriman, the court scheduling 2 court dates. You must attend them both. Probable cause conference September the 30th. Which is a Wednesday. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Tuesday, October the 6th, both at 8:30 a.m. 36th District Court in front of we'll get to the judge in a moment, Esteban.
My client is 18 years old. She's a lifetime resident of Detroit. She lives with her 2 sisters. She has no priors. She is employed at Airbus Plans. She's only been there for 3 weeks, Your Honor. This incident appears to be from February 5th, 2019. She doesn't know why, this is happening, Your Honor. Again, she's only 18 with no priors. She's got great family ties, community ties. I'm respectfully asking the court to consider a personal bond for the court finds people here.
Thank you. Ms. Perriman, this matter is going to be heard, as stated, September 30th, and your preliminary examination, October the 6th. Those are both in front of Judge Archer, both at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court. Those will both be heard via Zoom, Ms. Perriman. If you're able to make bond and be released, you'll get information on how to connect for those Zoom hearings, but it's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. The court takes consideration the information provided by counsel, ties to the community, your recent employment status as stated as it relates to the ability to post bond, given the current epidemic facing the nation. The court has limited information before the court. The court has no complaint, no investigator's report. The court's looked into and asked regarding the nature of the file. It's been presented to the court that the file is unable to be located, so the court's working with just the information that's placed on the record, which is concerning given the serious nature of these allegations, which are assaultive. The court indicates count 2, which indicates aggravated assault, which would indicate to the court that injuries were allegedly obtained or allegedly suffered as a result of the alleged actions of Ms. Perriman. The court considers the lack of capious history or criminal convictions the court's aware of. Ms. Perriman, during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. and absolutely no contact with Dejan Brunson. That means no contact of any kind, no contact orally, in writing, through a third person, at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. No contact with Dejan Brunson. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
And no contact with any victims involved in this case. You cannot speak with anybody, alleged victims involved in this case. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Given the information placed on the record, bond on this matter set in the amount. $5,010%. Good luck, Ms. Perriman.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Stand by. 1 second. Officer, any other males or females at 48 hours that can't wait till the afternoon that you're aware of?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. I appreciate your help all day. Yes.
Your Honor, did we tell Ms. Perriman that?
Yes, Judge Archer. Thank you all.
We did it the same day.